Satori 60-pound draw Takedown Recurve bow. Right there. The challenge is where I'm hunting, it's open hay meadow with some hills. So I'm closer to the top of the backside of a hill, about 100 yards from the tree line and fence line that the deer keep coming out of. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get one if the Lord blesses me enough to get one in range that looks away and enough time for me to get up and pull my bow back and anchor to let one of my arrows fly. But anyway, that's my plan. I ain't gonna probably be able to get a kill shot because I don't have a way of having my phone mounted on my bow as of right now. But anywho, we'll see what happens. So this is what I have to work with. We rifle hunt this spot. There's some deer back there. I don't know if you can see them. There they are, they're moving. I'm gonna try to work in closer to them. Well, needless to say, if you're seeing this part of the video, you know by now that I was not successful in harvesting one of those deer that was in that herd that I stalked up to. But I was successful in getting super close within bow range, but I kind of messed it up. I was about 300 to 400 yards away when I spotted that herd of deer coming out of the tree line over there. They got down by the fence that connects our deer lease to private next door, and they always jump the fence, come over, and they go off into the woods to the north on that portion of the deer lease. Well, I decided they were staying put down there in the bottom, eating and just moving slow, so I decided I was going to have to go ahead and try and stalk up as close to them as I could, kind of spotting and stalking, spot and stalk. But instead with a firearm, because it's archery season, I was using my Hoyt Satori Recurve Takedown traditional bow. And the farthest I've ever shot and hit anything with it, especially targets and live deer, is 30 yards. That's the farthest I've ever tried to hit anything with it at. But anyway, I was about 300-400 yards away, and I slowly started moseying my way down the hill to the bottom, across the brook, and there's this little pine tree, kind of like a shrub, I guess you could call it, right there. And that was the only thing I had for cover between me and that herd of deer. Well, when I got to that bottom, because the wind was blowing to the northeast, when I got to the bottom, it shifted and it swirled my scent right into that herd of deer. And they were just a hair to the southeast of me. So it had turned and went southeast. Well, they didn't blow, but I noticed, I seen a couple of them kind of start walking fast and moving on, and then out of nowhere, this big old nanny doe come barreling around the side of that pine tree towards me. and she was looking around real hard and trying to figure out what was on the other side. So she was doing this little number, you know how they do. They always get their head going. And I was expecting her to start stomping her hooves and start blowing like they do to let a warning go. But she wound up turning broadside to me, giving me a opportunity to take a shot at her right side. So I was trying to go for a double lung, and I went ahead, anchored, released, and I shot right below her chest, up by her right front leg, and barely missed her chest. I mean, it just barely missed her. And she did a hop forward, kind of, and then just stood still, just staring right at me. I knocked my second arrow, anchored back, let the thing fly, same spot. Barely missed her chest in the same exact spot. And she kind of jumped a little bit, stood there a little bit longer, looked at me, and before I could even get my third arrow out of my quiver, she just took off running. And so the others seen her concern, and they just took off running and disappeared. Well, what's odd is she didn't blow. She didn't do nothing like that, and the others didn't either. But I watched her. I walked a little bit farther around the pine tree to see where she was at. There she was, about 100 yards farther on out. At this point, they'd done crossed back over into private, and I watched her. She just stood there broadside staring at me, then turned around and loped off into the tree line and disappeared with the others. But anyway, that's what happened. It's a cool experience. I'm glad I experienced that. Just the fact of being successful and getting so close and getting a couple shots off. You know, I'm a meat eater. I hunt for meat. So I don't care if it's a younger buck, a full-grown buck, a doe, nanny doe, a yearling, whatever the Lord provides and lets walk in, whether it's during rifle or archery. I'm going to try my best to harvest what comes in, because me and my family, we're not like a lot of people out here in the modern 2026 that just gets their meat from the store. We like deer meat. We like backstrap, we like tenderloin, we like ground burger from it. And so we use a lot of that stuff. We eat a lot of burger. And so deer meat is our main source of meat. And along with whatever fish I catch during the warmer months. And occasionally we'll go get chicken or something from the store. But deer meat is very important. And especially to me, because I love it. But so yeah, I was out there for meat. That's what I'm trying to get. We've got the rest of this week till the end of Saturday. Shooting light ends. That's when the deer season ends for the next few months until the alternative method and archery starts back up again later in the middle of this year. But anyway, that's what happened. And I'm going to go back out. I'm going to try my best to get one or two before Saturday evening. I already had 2 bucks earlier in the season last year when it started. And so this time, hopefully I can get 1 or 2 does down before the end of the season. But anyway, that's what happened. So if you like what you see, please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Thank you.